Hey everybody, it's Cool Kid here, and I'll be doing a discussion video about X-Drake, and I thought it was a good time for me to do a discussion video about X-Drake since if you read the latest chapter, you know X-Drake joined up with the Samurai Straw Hat Mink Alliance. Yeah. He joined up with the Alliance, and I thought, well, this is probably a perfect time, good as any, to make a discussion video about X-Drake. So I thought, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, I chose that. And before we get into the discussion video, I know that X-Drake's name's actually supposed to be said as Diaz Drake, but and I know the reason why. It's because X and Roman numeral is 10, and 10 in Spanish is Diaz. But here's the thing. It just sounds like a lot cooler than Diaz. I'm sorry, but a lot of people I know pronounce X-Drake as X-Drake, and plus it is a proven fact, do not fact check this, that X is way cooler than Diaz. I can tell you that by a significant amount. So yeah, let's just all agree that I'll just call X-Drake as X-Drake from now on, okay? Yeah, we're good. So yeah, let's just go into our discussion about X-Drake. And the thing about X-Drake is he's probably my favorite supernova. Well, not including Law, not including Law, because I think we can all agree that Law is everyone's favorite supernova. But I think that's just due to the fact that, compared to the rest of the supernovas, we just haven't, been, I guess, around them more. Because Law, at this point, he was during Punk Hazard, he was during Dressrosa, and Zoe, and now in Wano. So he's been around for 4 arcs. And then you got someone like, I don't know, Beige. And oh yeah, Law got an entire flashback. So, that's really not fair to the rest of the supernova. But yeah, X-Drake, even from his introduction, is always, and he will always interest me. And, I guess I'll start with his, flashback, because while, he doesn't have a very extensive flashback just like Law did. We did get a little snippet of it in Law's flashback, actually, and some people actually forget about it. So just to catch up with you, Speed, remember the pirate guy who was trying to sell the Oppie Oppie no Mi off, and Doflamingo killed the guy? Yeah, that was X-Drake's father. What was it? Yeah. X-Drake's father, Diaz Barrels. Yeah, Diaz Barrels. I guess Diaz is their last name. And interesting thing about Diaz Barrel, or X-Drake's father, he was a Marine turned pirate, which also X-Drake is a Marine turned pirate. Interesting thing. But basically what happens, from what we can see so far, is X-Drake, who from what I can tell, he was probably being not fed very well, and just basically as the cabin's servant boy. And then he tried to sell off the Oppie Oppie no Mi, and then Doflamingo killed him, which gave a perfect time for X-Drake to just strip, escape, and leave. He went to a Marine ship, which was actually pretty useful in Law's flashback, because you remember how Corazon was telling Doflamingo, Doflamingo's like, "Where's Law?" And Corazon's like, "Well, I don't know. He's probably on a Marine ship or something." And then the Denim Mushi coming from the Marines are like, "Oh yeah, we found this kid that came to the ship." And Doflamingo was like, "Ah, shit." Yeah, so he bought that that Law was the one who escaped, which in reality led X-Drake to escape. And that's kind of what we really get off of X-Drake. And something I should mention about the flashback when we see him during that flashback, he's 20, which is something really interesting because when you look at him, you're like, what is he, like 15, 14, 16? But he's straight up 20. And the reason I can give for that is, well, he wasn't fed very well. He was beaten, and you gotta remember the scar on his chin on the flashback. He has it, and also when Oda drawn, all the supernovas as kids, we see him not having the scar. So in between, I'm presuming whenever Oda drawn Drake as a kid, he was probably, Barrels was still a Marine, but then when he became, I guess, a pirate, he probably became, so yeah, he looked pretty young during the flashback because he was malnourished and wasn't very well fed. But afterwards, especially right now, he's well, he definitely does have muscle, and I do have to admit he does have a really amazing chin. Yeah, like man, his chin game is on. But yeah. Let's I guess I'll start discussing with what happened with Saba Odi, which I do remember X-Drake's introduction into Saba Odi, which out of all the people from Saba Odi, I think I was pretty much like most interested into. There was a Rouge, which he was a sky race, and at this point we really didn't see any signs of a sky race came down from the White Sea or anywhere like that. So I was like, that is really confusing me. I was confused. And there was X-Drake who, I remember his introduction where he stopped a fight between Killer and a Rouge. He stopped it with his rapier and a quad axe type of thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like a 4-blade axe or something. He stopped them two with it, and he's like, come on you guys, why don't you wait until this reaches the new world? And Rouge is like, well, Killer, you should give thanks to Drake for saving your life, right? Drake, the ex-Marine captain, or well, he wasn't an ex-Marine captain, I believe. Yeah, his previous role before he became a pirate, yeah, he was a rear admiral, which is nothing to scoff at. But you also gotta remember he is a member of SWORD, but I'll get to that when I get to that later in the video. But just forget about that. But he was a rear admiral, and he a rear admiral maybe in the lowest rank of admiral, but it's still an admiral rank. So it is very important. Yeah. Where he mentions that. And also, after he breaks up the fight, Law tells him, so, X-Drake, how many people did you kill? And we didn't really get an answer from that, but I really think that's interesting because, from that sign, it's like, Law could have asked any of the supernovas, like, so how many did you kill? But I think he specifically asked X-Drake because he wasn't really asking, oh, how many citizens or whatever did you kill? He's asking, how many Marines did you kill? Which is, I really do think that's kind of an important detail for what I'll be discussing later. Maybe when he, left the Marines, he might have had to do something like, I don't know, kill like a entire squadron of Marines or whatever. But yeah, we see him during Saba Odi. I think, yeah. I think with at Saba Odi, he was one of the few who not just fought against Kizaru. He also fought against one of the pacifistas. Because I think other than maybe Apu, yeah, I think it was Apu or what or was it Hawkins? I don't remember, but I know Extra. He most definitely fought both against Kizaru and the pacifistas, which is just really interesting. And I do remember when Kizaru's song is like, "Oh yeah, Rear Admiral Drake, huh? So, did you become a pirate to see what the other side is like?" And that's all he mentions. And oh god, this I really want to talk about the sword stuff, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. But yeah, he fights against Kizaru and also fights against the pacifista, which even at that time he was definitely like, oh, the pacifistas, so they've already completed one. And like even X-Ray going on to his full dinosaur zone form was biting one of the pacifistas' heads. Well, not off, because it started to when Drake in his full zone form, or his, well, I guess I'll talk about his dinosaur zone, which is not a T-Rex. Thank you. One Piece Wiki to tell me it's. Give me a minute. Let me scroll down. I probably should have had it saved at the right location. Okay, his devil fruit, the Rio no Mi Allosaurus, which is definitely really interesting. That Oda was like, no, he didn't pick a T-Rex, but an Allosaurus. And to be fair, I had no clue it was an Allosaurus, and I don't know much about dinosaurs to know the difference. I think Allosauruses are actually smaller than a T-Rex, but hey, someone can comment down below, tell me what are all the major difference between that and this. But yeah, he has that. Where was I talking about the pacifistas? Oh yeah, he was biting on one of the heads of a pacifista, and it did bleed, which actually makes me a good question. Do the pacifistas have real blood, or are they fake blood? Huh. Like, okay, not to get off topic, but I really never thought about this, but are the pacifistas we like to think they're kind of some kind of robots, but could they be, cyborgs? Could they have been made from humans, possibly? Okay. I mean, it's the world government, so, I mean, that would make sense, but, you know what? I really don't want to get off topic about that. Man, that's just a little bit freaky to think about. Yeah, but, yeah, the pacifista just, tanked it, boom, knocked, X-Drake out, and X-Drake, and with the rest of the supernovas, he was able to escape Sabaody from both the pacifistas and Kizaru. So let me think. What happens next after that? I think he was during Marineford. Well, not at Marineford. Kind of like the exact same thing that happened with, if you remember, Kid and pretty much most of the supernovas. They were, I guess, around the general region of Marineford, and they were there watching the battle. And like, oh yeah. You know what I'm going to do afterwards? Go to the New World, and during, I guess, in between, after Marineford, which pretty much all these supernovas, except for two, just went straight up for the New World. Well, I mean, Extra did for the New World. But there are two that definitely interest me, because there was Law, who, before this, I wasn't that interested in Law. Like, I was like, okay, he was cool, but, you know, then Marineford happened. I'm like, there has to be some reason why Allah saved Luffy. And he said, oh yeah, I'm not going to the New World. I'm taking my time. And then there was X-Drake, who I definitely thought was pretty interesting what he did. Because all the other supernovas, you know, went to the New World exploring. What X-Drake did, he went straight up to one of the islands that I guess Kaido owns, which and some cyborg looking guy who I forgot his name, but he's like, oh, you better not cause any trouble because this is one of Kaido's islands. And X-Drake is like, oh, so if I were to make trouble, Kaido would come here. And the cyborg dude's like, well, yeah, but you wouldn't do that. And boom, X-Drake knocks the shit out of that guy, goes on for the attack, and then we won't really find out what goes with this, and after the time skip we know he's working for Kaido. So you know, that's definitely interesting because the second he goes to the New World, he's like, okay, I'm going to Kaido's island to join him. This becomes a much more important detail now after the time skip, and yeah, I'll just let go with the whole sword shit. So I forgot the chapter number, but you know, in between the acts chapters, we got basically the reveal of that X-Drake is part of this secret marine organization called Sword, and he's a captain of it. And also, we know Kobe's a part of it, but we really don't know anything else at this point. And I guess we could really discuss. I don't know if I should discuss who could be part of it. I mean, are some of the admirals like Aokiji, or could Akaino be part of it? Could all three be a part of it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just Garp and Sengoku. I mean, hell. I mean, right now it's kind of up for debate who's in the freaking, you know, Sword. So that's definitely arguable, but I don't want to get into that. So I guess this will be the Sword discussion about the X-Drake video. So I like to think, with at least with X-Drake, you know, when he joined Sword, they told him, yeah, you had to defect, because the thing with Sword, the only thing we really know is you know, the fact that X-Drake is, you know, I guess infiltrating one of the Yonko crew. So this could be just to you know, infiltrate Yonko crews to you know, eventually help defeat them or just get information about them. But yeah, whenever I guess X-Drake joined, I guess Sword, Sengoku, or whoever the heck's in charge, just went up and tell him, look, X-Drake, we got this super secret marine organization called Sword. No one knows about it except for the people who are part of Sword, and what we want you to do is to basically betray the Marines, become a pirate, then eventually get yourself become an infamous pirate to eventually later join Kaido's crew. So at least from what the information, because all this information right now is speculation, and you know, for him to basically to most of the world that he betrayed the Marines, I would presume that, you know, he didn't just say, oh yeah, I'm just leaving, becoming a pirate. Maybe he had to do something like messed up. Like, remember when I said earlier that he could probably kill the whole squadron of Marines? I wouldn't be surprised. And also, you know, something that people are forgetting about is what about X-Drake's crew? Yes, people forget about that, but I would presume that it wasn't just him, that he was, you know, part of Sword. I would actually argue that maybe his entire crew were a part of Sword. Just X-Drake is, obviously the captain, and they all work under him. I mean, oh God, actually, wait. I mean, I would like to think they are. I mean, you could probably even debate they're not even part of Sword. Well, I feel like they are. They just, I feel like they have to be for it to make sense. But yeah, I guess I can go back to the comment about, how Kizaru was like, oh, to see what like the other side is like. Now what that is, you could ask the question, did Kizaru know that, about Sword? Because, either Kizaru just kicked his ass because, well, I have to put a front, or I have to kick your ass because it's a pirate. So, I don't know. Because all these questions really make me ask, is Kizaru part of Sword? I doubt it, unless if, like, all three of the admirals are. I mean, actually, you could probably even debate that, I don't know, I feel like Fujitora could be someone who's part of the Sword. I can't say that for sure, but I feel like that's definitely a strong possibility. And with X-Drake, okay, I mean, I feel like X-Drake's goal is to essentially help take down Kaido's crew, at least from the inside that he thought of. But then this whole, I guess, attack on Onigashima, it changed some things. Like, I guess I'll talk about the thing that Hawkins said in the latest chapter. 1% of that man. Well, in the chapter review, I did say it could be a bunch of people. Like there is a bunch of people this could be covering. But I definitely think even now still X-Drake is definitely a big possibility, because it kind of would make sense for him to be like, okay, X-Drake, he totally betrayed me and let Law go free. So, what do I do? What do I do? Let's see. Let me read my tarot cards. I'll just take out these random deck of cards as the example. It's like, so it is, X-Drake. What are his chances of survival? 1%. That's what it could be. I mean, there's still a lot of people, but yeah, obviously, Hawkins freaking knew that. Yeah, he totally betrayed him to like Law free, which the only real reason I can think of is just the fact that Law, he's a very big player. He's a supernova, and letting him out would essentially make Kaido's defeat easier. And and then we got the information about who's who, and Queen finding out, and he's like, screw this, so he joins with the Straw Hat crew. And so I guess this is the part of the video I'm talking about, the future of X-Drake and possibly Sword, because right now, I mean, he says he's the only one, but what about X-Drake's crew? Like the rest of the, oh shit, I actually forgot. What was his pirate crew called? Give me a minute. The Drake Pirates. Wait, that's really just the Drake Pirates? Okay, but yeah, I presume the rest of the Drake Pirates, because, they were absorbed into Kaido's crew. Presumably, if they were still Sword members, wouldn't that be, part of the alliance? But I mean, he says something like, I'm alone, so I don't know about it. Plus, I've heard a theory of X-Drake is the reason why the Marines will be coming, and while I don't know, I don't think the Marines will be coming in, at least in Act 3. Maybe in like Act 4 or 5, most definitely during that point. Yeah, they might come during then, because he says something like, do I go for the Marines? No, it's too early. I still have to do something. So I mean, I most definitely agree that with a lot of people that the final battle between, Kaido is going to be with all the supernovas. That includes Killer and Zoro. So yeah, all of them join together to just try to take down Kaido. And I don't know, could actually Drake die in this arc? Maybe by Kaido. Okay, that can actually I mean that would make sense with Hawkins's tarot reading, and because like really with Hawkins tarot reading, you can either read this two ways. If it's Luffy, it's like, oh, Luffy will beat those odds. If it's anyone else, it's pretty much almost guaranteed. But since it's that man, it's going to keep us thinking. I mean, I don't know. I like to think X-Drake will be alive, after this arc. I'm sure he will. And I feel like, I don't want to say if any of the supernovas were going to die. It's either Apu or I don't think it's true, but I think it's a definite possibility. It's Law. Law is a definite possibility. So, as much as I don't like it, but Law is definitely a big factor, and everyone thinks he's going to do, I don't know, the immortal surgery on Luffy. I don't think that's going to happen, but Law just might die in this arc, but I don't think X-Drake will, and I'm sure X-Drake has, more of a future, and also he has some kind of, you see remembers Kobe talking about Luffy like, oh man, he's a great guy, which makes me also ask the question, I mean, well, also I should probably mention if Kobe's part of Sword Helmeppo, it's probably also since, we like never see them two apart from each other. They're always together. So, yeah, so I don't know, like, maybe, because I feel like maybe X-Drake and Kobe, I don't know if they really, like, just talk, or it's just like, yeah, here's the information, just a need to know information, nothing more. So I don't know how that's really going to go in, how long have I been recording this video? Yeah, sure, I'll end this video in a couple of minutes, but, yeah, X-Drake, a pretty cool one, and, possibly his, he is essentially one of the bigger game changers to the supernova, just for the fact that he's a Marine. He's a part of Sword, and, obviously, Sword is going to be filled up with, truly good Marines, and they're doing stuff that they have to for the ultimate good on what's right, and you can even argue that, because I don't know if I don't know if I made a video about this, but I do predict that that possibly Sword and the Revolutionaries are going to work together, and there's a lot of things you can come up with, the final war, the final battle. So plus, I really want to talk about my favorite, or I guess second favorite supernova. So yeah, can't wait until see you next time. Oh wait, I never mentioned that in the pre-time skip, yeah, bicorn hat, and then in post-time skip he doesn't have it anymore. I really don't know why. Maybe I was just didn't like drawing it. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, so yeah, it's a perfect time to talk about X-Drake. I like to talk about my second favorite supernova. But yeah, next time I'll see you, we'll be talking about One Piece and stuff. And oh yeah, I am definitely excited for the second Reverie. I mean, not the second, but the new Reverie that's coming out. Yeah, can't wait to see that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later when the X of the Drake comes for the captain. I don't know, I was trying to think of some X pun with X Drake, but yeah. Well, I'll see you when the X Mark 6 target. I don't know, maybe that's better. I really just want to have a good way to end these.